Excellent. Okay, welcome everyone. I am Layla, Victoria, BC, pretty much, just Central Saanich. And I'm great friends with Ricia. And I look forward to co-hosting tonight and meeting some great new people. I'm a vice president with the company. I've been involved with Ricia for over a year now. And it's always exciting co-hosting and hearing all the different testimonies tonight. So we have some great testimonials for everyone tonight. And we have our superstar, Ricia Adair, of course. She has been in marketing for over 25 years. She actually taught some business courses. I think I was even in one of them, like about starting her own small businesses. She's a very inspiring coach and partner. And she's number 39, I think, in the world, number 20 in North America, and our fearless number 5 in Canada. So if you're in for a great night, well, we have the best of the bestest. So we have Miss Ricia Adair going to share this whole vision with us and share lots of information and her story with us. And we'll hear some testimonies later. We'll have time for questions and answers at the end of the thing. So just make sure you're muted and let's have a great evening.
And Layla, what a great introduction. Thank you so very much. And we've got a full house. Everyone is looking so darn good looking. I'm seeing Bev there from Winnipeg and Colleen and Sue, Tom and Karen. Wow, we got people from all over the continent. This is pretty exciting. Let's get started here and get this show running, okay? Everyone excited? Are we excited?
Yes, we're excited.
Yes, we are.
Okay, everybody. Glad to see you. Layla, thumbs up for the slides.
Yeah, perfect.
We're good
And
to
I
go.
see Juanita's back, so looking good. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So I'm excited to be here to share with everybody an amazing situation. It's called Partner Co. And we really are the future of partnership marketing. Our company is one that you'll never meet like this before. Our motto is to power health and prosperity around the world, and our owners sure do keep our mission statement right to the T. If I may share a little about my background before we get started, my husband and I moved to this beautiful resort in October 2 years ago, actually. Layla actually helped us unload our 54-foot truck. We broke the rule when it said never buy a house your first year and certainly don't bring your own stuff. We broke the rule and we love it. No regrets. We're just so happy. Our little mini boutique resort. You're going to hear from Loury very soon. Loury is actually staying with us in one of the villas. And here we are living the dream. Well, you'd think it, right? But when we moved into this beautiful home, it was unattended for 5 months. And when you put in unattended and 5 months and tropics all in the same sentence, it makes for a little bit of a disaster. There were so many things that needed immediate attention and some that were urgent. We went through $50,000, which was our little nest egg, in the space of 6 weeks, getting the property fixed up, ready for our upcoming season. Well, that put me into a bit of a spin, but throw into the mix that our lawyer had stolen our closing costs and we couldn't get title to our property. So we had to find another $20,000 odd so we could pay it to the notary to end up getting proper title on our property. That put me into a certain funk. I got depressed. I was full of anxiety. And I started to eat all the wrong foods, the comfort foods, the desserts, the carbohydrates, all those things. And throw in the mix, getting older and all that stuff. No matter how many times I walked that beautiful beach or climbed the hill or swam in the ocean, I got myself into a really bad state of affairs. Mike said, Ricia, I think it's time we call Dr. Tom. Yes, they do make house calls in Mexico. Dr. Tom comes along, does a diagnosis, and he said, without doubt, you have a serious case, girl, of FFB. Well, Mike was a pre-med student and he wonders, FFB, Dr. Tom, what could that be? He says, your wife is fat, frumpy, and broke. No question about that, I was. And along came that magic day of April 17th, 2024, that literally changed my life. Chris and Joni Budd, Canadian friends that live in Costa Rica, called me. I think Joni saw a fat picture of me on Facebook. And she said, Ricia, you need these drops. And my first thought was, absolutely, I need these drops to get healthy, to get myself back into balance, to lose all this extra weight that I was carrying. I wasn't sleeping well. I needed them for all those reasons. The second voice in my mind said, but you don't have the money. You absolutely do not have the money to start this. Remember, I was broke. I didn't even have $60 to put in the gas tank to drive my guests around, which was Layla and her family there, right? I was so embarrassed. But the third voice said, find the money, make it happen. So from somewhere, I don't know where, but I found enough money to buy 2 boxes. And that's how I started. 1 box for me, and I was hoping 1 box to sell, make some profit, and rinse and repeat, right? Joni said, we've got this amazing system of growth. All you do is copy and paste. She confirmed that indeed I did pay my internet bill that month. So that's what I did. I started copying and pasting. The first day was Kim Gray's post. Many of you are familiar, a lady that lost 116 pounds. That afternoon was Michelle's post, who lost 25 pounds. And then my drops arrived at the door. So I held up my drops in my box there, and my husband took my picture, and I said something silly. Yay, my skinny drops just arrived. I got 59 comments, as you can see from the bottom right, of which reacted in 20 new customers, people that said, I want these drops. And 6 people said, I want to join you on your team. So I went, wow, in my 25 years of network marketing, I have never, ever been in a situation that people reach out of the woodwork and say, I want your product. So I continued posting, but I also set some goals. And my 5-figure goal was for September 1st. I actually accomplished it July 15th. So now I set some real goals. New fridges in every villa. Hard to rent a villa if you don't have a fridge, right? These goals, I put a 1-year date on it. They were actually accomplished in 7 months. All new fridges in every villa. That's my beautiful Sarah, my housekeeper in the middle. I couldn't afford her either before Partner Co. Excited, I love that fridge. I brought in the paint crews. We're in Mexico. The whole house is painted bleach white. Mike says, I like the white. I says, not in this marriage, honey. We're going for color. So we splashed some beautiful color all over. I also needed to update all the air conditioning systems. 7 in every room of the house. You can appreciate the expense behind that. Mike needed a motorcycle. I don't know if it was a motorcycle, but he needed that motorcycle. We were able to treat him to a brand new motorcycle. The pergola on the bottom level was in a situation of crisis, that it was starting to collapse. We were able to accomplish a 2-year goal in 7 months with this company. Again, I'm ever, ever so grateful. But guys, guess what? There we are, December 24th. We had a small earthquake, followed by 6 more that caused our entire pool to fail. Thanks to Partner Co income and the ability to bring in a crew to expedite the repairs, we were able to reopen the pool in a couple of weeks. Now, I'm not saying this to impress you by any means, but I want to impress upon you, this is my business. I would have had to shut down the business if I wasn't able to look after all those urgencies that needed to be done so we could rent it and have a good season. So that is what Partner Go has done for me financially in my first few months of this company. And then I got the email that said, congratulations, you qualified for the Punta Cana trip. Wow. Can you imagine being with a company for 8 months and already you're going on a 5-star vacation? They paid for everything, the welcome dinners, the goodbye dinners, the zip lining. Oh my God, my heart was in my throat when I was doing that zip lining thing. There was 178 of us at this event. Half of us were brand new in the company, only for 6 or 7 months. That tells you that if all of us can accomplish that kind of success in our first few months, so can you. And who doesn't want if you want a full 5-star paid vacation from the company, will you please put I do into the chat right now? Now let's have a look at what happened to Ricia then before and after. I can't even believe who's that fat girl and how she get inside my computer. From size 18 to size 8, I am still blown away. That was the girl that was at her going away party in Souk, British Columbia. Colleen was there. Layla was there. We had a few people on the call at that great party. And I was just at the volcanoes. I looked at that picture taken just a couple of days ago as compared to the one that was taken April 2024. I'm 10 dress sizes down, 34 pounds down. No more aches, no more anxiety, no more plantar fasciitis. I'm filled with joy, loads of great energy. I sleep like a baby. I've made a ton of new friends. I qualify now for 6 more amazing vacations coming from Partner Co. And in the past year and a half, I've already had 6 amazing vacations. One complements the Partner Co. And I have multiple savings accounts. I went from fat, frumpy, and broke to a whole brand new girl. So grateful to these 2 guys, Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth. They're the owners of our company. They bought a collection of companies that were in financial destitution, and they brought them all together. They kept the stellar of the products, brought us together, and called us Partner Co. because we were just that, simply better together. We're looking at a 21st century problem that our grandparents never saw. Do you know that 90% of the diseases that are today did not exist 90 years ago? 90% of the foods that we consume did not exist 90 years ago. Add to the mix the systematic poisoning in the foods, the water we drink, the air we breathe, and what we put in our skin, and all that sugar in the food products, and the fact that most of what we eat today is not even food anymore, but food-like products. And this all contributes to serious hormonal imbalance. The leptin, insulin, ghrelin, and cortisol, they're just a few of the hormones that influence our appetite, metabolism, and body fat distribution. We have to get our hormone function back into balance to keep us healthy, or else bad things start to happen and your doctor's opening a big file on you. Before Partner Co., I had no idea that these symptoms were directly related to hormonal imbalance. I blame this on getting old, right? Okay, I'm depressed because I'm broke, and I'm getting fat because I'm depressed. But, all of it has to do with being out of balance. The mood swings, the low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, the tiredness in the afternoon, the weight gain. I celebrated 9 of those horrible symptoms. I want to ask you, if your brand partners or guests, it doesn't matter, but I want the brand partners to go back the day before you started the drops. If you had 1 to 3 of these symptoms, put 3 in the chat, 4 to 7, put 7 in the chat, 8 to 10. Everybody, please write it now, put 10 in the chat. As I said, I had 9 of these, and I had no idea how out of balance I really was. And then I discovered Partner Co., and I'm so grateful. We have stellar products, one after the other, that's going to help you balance your hormonal system. Yes, guys, you got hormones too. Healthy weight loss, increased energy, better sleep, gut health. The list goes on. We have so many great products. On an average, my brand partners consume 9 to 11 of our amazing products every single month because they are that good and we feel the difference. We have an amazing scientific team. Dr. Joshua Plant actually graduated from Harvard with a PhD in biomedical sciences in 3 years with honors. Can you believe it? Wow. Ray Strand, known worldwide for his work in wellness, all the many books he's written. Brett West, the leading foremost advisor on NONI. All of our scientific team are PhDs, people with serious scientific backgrounds, all contributing to the 1,040 annual quality tests, and also many published clinical studies. Dr. Alberto Pina, he's in my neck of the woods, bottom right. He's out of Mexico City. He's a leading gastrointestinal doctor. He's the guy in the auditorium while the other doctors are in the seats taking notes. He actually created our probiotics, which is a superior gut health product. We have a wellness council with many wellness and physicians sitting on that council advising us. An athletic council, including Kristen White and so many others, Gold Star athletes. We have it. We have the science, we have the products, we have the compensation plan, we have the results. It's all here for you. What a way to kick into 2026. What gets me excited, being in Manzanillo, I can go online in my little office in the back room here and be able to do business in 50 plus countries. And so can you. If you would like to get paid while you sleep, I want you to put $signs in the chat right now, because that's what happens. Following our system of growth, you post on Facebook, somebody in Italy sees the post, they ask about the drops, you send them a smart link, they order, the European office fulfills the order, and you get paid next Friday. It's that wonderful. It's completely transparent. There's no tax numbers, no international ID or contracts. You are able to do business in 50 plus markets, and we're opening up very, very soon the country of India. and we're already celebrating a senior officer in India. So we are on the move. I'd like to say we don't profess to cure or heal any medical condition. We simply focus on wellness. The results are completely individual, and your financial results depend on individuals' efforts, skill sets, willingness to learn, motivation, and desire. Let's talk about some of the products because I love my products. The Skincerity is the world's only breathable skincare roll-on mask. It is created in 2005 by a team of dermatologists specific for injured skin, third-degree burns. It helps for all kinds of different skin conditions, eczema, adult acne, stretch marks, signs of aging, rosacea, surgery scars. My sister had chemo when I was in Winnipeg. Her hands were raw. The palms of her hands were raw and her feet. We rolled it one night and the next day it was pink. Wow. She was amazing that she could actually stand on her feet and not have it hurt. Our noni is an amazing product. For me, it is my army of soldiers that protect my body. It's the most efficacious fruit in the world. The noni supports overall health and wellness, a healthy immune system, helps boost energy and endurance, everything. Imagine going up and down the stairs, getting in and out of your truck, on and off the airplane with joint health, joint mobility. Imagine that. You need the noni. I live in the land of FOP, fresh off the plane. People are coming into Manzanillo, Mexico with their bugs and their bronchitis and their flus and their colds. You know what? I'm completely protected. I feel so guarded with my noni. The NutriFi is a line of amazing optimals, different supplements. And yes, we do need to supplement because the food sources that we're getting just isn't enough anymore. The probiotics I previously mentioned are a slow release capsule, 15 pre and probiotics with billions of them in the patented bottle. So you could actually take that bottle into heat conditioned situations. Omega Q, great for your brain, for your heart. Rejuvenex for your mental energy and your energy. Optimal M's for minerals, Optimal B for vitamins, and together that pair looks after your eyes, your lungs, your bones, your muscles. Finale, when I show you the testimonial pictures, you're going to see that nobody has sagging skin. We lose weight if you want to, if you need to, but also you don't have the saggy skin because of the Benally. It's a wonder product. It also helps a lot of people for flus and colds and safeguards against allergies as well. The MOA in the top right, you're going to see that in a minute. That was the second product that I purchased because I was suffering from arthritis and plantar fasciitis. My friend Reese said to me, you got to get the MOA. 36 superfoods, most of them coming from tropical destinations. You take that little sachet. I like to drink it cold in the morning. It's got a little bit of a kick to it because black pepper is the carrier, but you're going to watch that all of a sudden your fingers, you can bend them, pick up that coffee cup without any issues. And if you're a hockey player, you're going to watch that you can go up and down the stairs so easy. We got so many testimonials about MOA. This lady had a surgery that went south on her in just a few days. She was back to having pretty feet again. Now, I've been having Sugar Stop a lot lately because I've got guests in the villas and we've been going out for really nice restaurant food. The Sugar Stop is going to help you block the sugars from white sugars and carbohydrate-produced sugars from entering into your bloodstream. It's a great thing, especially as we go into the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends on board with us tonight. Advantage is a great product. If you love Advantage, I want you to put Advantage in the chat. This is a great weight loss product, especially after you lose weight. I lost a lot of weight, but I still had a little bit of a love handle. Well, this is going to burn 10 calories 10 times more faster. It's also going to burn that stubborn visceral fat around your slim waist and your hips. And the fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue, they're calling the brown the fat now to be the killer fat. So we got to really be careful about that, right? Slenderies, this is my morning breakfast, Pure Nourish. I love it, love it. It's 18 grams of pure protein, pea protein. It's loaded with prebiotic, probiotic. It's so much nutrition. If you have clean water and all the food disappeared tomorrow, you'd be well nutrified. The Power Boost, which is the cocoa, that has the chocolate flavor. I love adding it to my Pure Nourish to get a chocolate shake out of the deal. Giving greens is all your efficacious greens. It is now 2.5 pounds of greens to one little scoop. That's our green drink. I love the Renew. It is my third favorite product. It's Fountain of Youth in a box. It's the only one of its kind in the world. It has 2 international patents pending, and it actually opens the pathways, teaches your body to open the pathways to create your own HGH. What does HGH do for you? Well, it increases your bone mineral density, improve body composition, lowers bad cholesterol, increase lean body mass. I was talking to my sister on a Zoom the other day, and I did something with my arm, and I'm always in tank tops because I'm in Mexico. And she goes, "Oh my God, your arms look like a bodybuilder." And I went, "Loury, I'm 67 years old. It's our products. Better heart health, tissues regenerate, better cognitive function, so your brain is more alert. And how about this, especially to the ladies, I'm speaking to you, deep REM sleep. Oh my God, right? Max 2O was just introduced at our last convention. It is to help us hydrate. We all know that drinking water is an important part of a weight loss program. It is magnesium, potassium, and sodium, replenishes electrolytes to restore the balance. It has so many great things. It tastes like mango. It's awesome. Now we have our collagen product. Everyone's so excited about this because they're starting to see results. Again, this was just released in September, so all of us are showing our before and after pictures now. It's a marine collagen with no shellfish. It actually tastes like my friend Cheryl says, like fresh peaches off the tree, and it reduces and combats the sign of age and UV damage. Now, I want to get a little serious here. Yes, I have been serious already, but more serious. Mexico, Canada, and the US have the highest statistics in the entire world when it comes to overweight and obesity. Why? We're sedentary. We eat a lot of fast foods. We want it fast. We want it now. We need help because we're addicted to those sugars and all the foods that they give us. Let us talk about Slenderies day and night. We have Americans on board. I'm in Mexico. Pat Little is in Mexico, and we have many Canadians on board. So let me explain. We have 3 different formulas. One came out of Europe, and that is the same formula that's in Canada. It's called the day and night drops. We have in Mexico pre-meal and night drops, and we have in the United States Slenderies and Accelerate drops. Now, we have different formulas because governments have different restrictions and rules. But every one of these have different formula, different set of ingredients, and yet they all achieve the same results. You're going to drop twice the weight as diet alone. If you need to lose the weight, it's a smart product, so it's not going to take skin off your bones. It's natural, safe, and effective, stimulant and hormone-free. It's going to help you balance your hormones, rapid weight loss, and I'm going to add healthy weight loss, controls your appetite. It stops those sugar cravings, helps with migraines, better sleep, improved libido, better energy, improved digestion, controls your mood swings, clarity, and memory. How about a greater immune system, reduce inflammation? And I hear so many testimonials on my calls that lends to so much more. I want to celebrate. This is my 582nd day without sugar. If you remember at the beginning of this call, I did say that I was addicted to sugar. Not no more. I am so grateful. This slide here talks about when we were on holidays about 3 months ago, and we were climbing the waterfalls. My guide actually said, you're going to climb upriver, you're going to climb up waterfalls, so we're going to get the mother of falls. The size 18 Ricia Adair would have never, ever, ever even gone on that tour. But the size 8 Ricia Adair did it, and I just felt so pumped. The adrenaline was just racing through me that I climbed upriver to get to the mother of that waterfalls. That's what we do with our products, guys. We feel younger, we age backwards, and we just feel great. So we take on more things in our lives that gives us a lot more better experiences. We've sold over 1 million bottles over the last 14 plus years of the bottles. We encourage you to accept this approved food list. Even if you do 80% of the time, it's a low glycemic food plan. Notice the must-have or the can-haves is a lot greater than the must-nots. We recently had a team event, and the Parksville team put together this beautiful buffet. Look at all this great food. Everything was on plan. You don't go hungry. It's not a fad or a diet, it's a lifestyle. Of course, we all need to know to exercise 5 days a week, drink your water, 8 glasses a day, and watch your body transform in 28 days. We've got Sharon Smith, who just promoted today to director. Congratulations, Sharon. So excited about that. She went from XX to size 4. James Leponsi, 47 pounds in 4 months. Yes, guys, you do have hormones too. Dr. Crystal lost an entire person. This was about 7 years ago. She's not regained the weight. Julie Park was very, very sick. Her husband, doctor, was loading her with all kinds of medicines. She got to the drops. She got herself healthy, looking vibrant. Tammy Frankfurt does not look like she needs to lose weight in the before picture, but look at her after. She's now a runner. She's a marathon girl. Wendy is on the call with us tonight. From August to October, look at the transition from Wendy. And she's got such a great testimonial as well, with so many other things that she's celebrating. Chris Bailey was suffering from Lyme disease, couldn't find any kind of assistance anywhere. The drops really helped him. Selena Kirby, her A1C numbers for diabetes went way down. Her blood pressure went regulated. The doctor took her off a whole bunch of drugs, as well as Ann and Chad. Together, they lost 125 pounds. And Chad is now off of 12 pharmaceuticals. Wow. Amazing. Love the stories. Leanne was losing her hair. She's a hairdresser. That's not a good thing. She also had all kinds of disorders in her hip and back and so on. She's feeling so much better, lost a whole bunch of weight. My dear friend Jerry, he's down 12 pounds, doesn't suffer anymore from acid reflux, no more trembles. Sherry Brookbank was suffering from fibromyalgia. She's down 40 pounds, suffers so much less. Colleen Braden, amazing transition in just 8 months. And it's not only about weight loss and feeling great and joyous and all that, but how about this? Gwen suffered from fungus in her toes for years. And you can see from March 24th to June 13th, the transition. My dear friend Cheryl, who's on the call with us tonight, I saw her, the girl on the left, and next time I saw her 2 or 3 months later was the girl on the right. I was blown away how beautiful and tiny she is. Pat Little, great story out of Vallarta, Mexico as well, too. Another great story. Tiger Jizwinski, he was very, very sick, oxygen dependent with COVID, and he ended up getting on the drops, lost a whole bunch of weight, over 40 pounds, back to the gym bench pressing 400 pounds. And my dear friend Charlene, 78 years old, out of Kitimat, North BC. She had a bad fall. Her son wanted to take her out of her lakefront home, put her into a nursing home. And she said, no way, over my dead body. I'm going to take the drops for 2 weeks and we'll talk. There she is shooting me pictures from her aquafit classes. The drops are helping so many people, including Ashley. No more night sweats, no more hot flashes. Her husband, Reese, lost 65 pounds. Jane Storch couldn't clasp her hands closed when I first met her. And 54 pounds later, she's running off from the meeting to go and buy a kayak before the guy sells it to somebody else. Wynn Smith, another great testimonial as well, looking awesome, looking younger. James Scott, 70 pounds down, no more Parkinson's tremor, no more leg brace. He's a happy guy. Cheryl's on our call tonight at 50 pounds in 4 months, no more chronic cough. She kept up with us in Dallas. Me and Loury were scooting along and Cheryl was right behind us. Nancy and Wayne Hoopalope. Nancy had a bad autoimmune disorder situation that the drugs made her way overweight. That girl is now on the pickleball card every day at 7:30 a.m. along with her husband, Wayne, who's lost his basketball. My husband, Mike, good-looking man, lost 30 pounds, no more acid reflux, no more shakes, and no more 18 teaspoons of sugar in his coffee. God, Mike, really? Let's get on to some amazing testimonials. My dear friend Loury, who's actually staying with us right now in the villas. What a transition with Loury. Look at the difference. Miss Sexy Mojo Girl. Loury, let's hear your story.
You're so funny.
Loury, how did you end up hearing about the drops?
Well, I saw your posts about a year and a half ago, but I ignored them. And then you called me and I said no. And then last October, a year ago in October, I was like, okay, let's try them. I was skeptical. I was like, yeah, drops are gonna do this. No way. So I was like, but let's do it. Let's do it. If the drops work, they work. And in my first week, I'm telling you, like the results that I got in my first week were quite amazing. I had more energy. I actually had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with myself. And the dog was really happy because we went for a lot of walks. And then Yeah, and then it was like my eating habits, like my what I wanted to eat changed. Like I didn't want the carbs, and I'm a carbaholic, so that was a really big thing for me. It was like I eat bread, I eat pasta, I eat rice, and normally it's like I have to have a carb like 3, 4 times a day. And I just didn't want it anymore, which was really odd for me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to eat vegetables. All I wanted to eat was like celery and hummus. But so that was really big for me. So that actually showed me that something was happening, something was changing. And it kept continuing to go. And I think after my first 4 months, I lost about 22 pounds and probably about 22 inches. Um, and now I'm down about 36 pounds in total.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's really amazing. I've gone from a size 14 to an 8. I'm not quite at my goal weight now, but I just like to live my life the way I live my life. And the drops keep me in check a little bit, and they do help. They absolutely, absolutely help. Help me make better choices in my daily food. And because in the beginning I said, nah, I'm just, I'm not doing the business. I'm not doing the business, right? But then I did the business, and here I am in Mexico. I'm here for the winter. I'm here for 5 months, which has been my dream for many, many years, is to get away from the cold. And because I live on Vancouver Island, and I don't know if you know what Vancouver Island is like, but it's just basically cloudy and rainy all winter. And so I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I just don't want to do this anymore. So Partner Co has helped me like live my dream. Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
So,
And
so,
you
so
look
great.
great
So,
too.
so grateful. Yeah.
I
Thank
remember going
you.
shopping with you in Dallas, and we had so much fun with Cheryl and Paula, and you were trying on these skimpy little outfits, and
I know. Right?
oh, it's just so fun. Lori, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and it's lovely to have you
Oh,
at the
my
resort here.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Again, too, just another great story, right? And now we're going to go to Houston, Texas and visit with Juanita Hughes. Look at the difference in this beautiful lady. Juanita, I'm anxious to hear your story.
Uh Man, so the drops came into my life because someone cared enough about me not to give up. She had been sharing and I kept putting her off. So I will just say that in 2018 I had a stroke. I was about 180, and fast forward, the cardiologist who had never seen saw my records where my mother had died of a stroke at 44. And
Wow.
so he decided, well, let's put you on Ozempic. He started me on the shot, Risha, by saying, if you don't get on this, you're going to die with another stroke. That's all I heard. I did not
Wow.
hear anything else. I didn't know anything about Ozempic. All I knew is that he said if I didn't start this medication, I was going to have another stroke. And so I started the medication. Yes, I lost weight. I got down to a sickly 105 pounds. And I say sickly because I was sick. I then had all these complications because of the shot. I was having seizures. I had to have medication for that. My
Wow.
my gastro, from the time I put something in my mouth to the time it left my body, I struggled with all of that, the paralysis that happens, and so I got down to 105. When I stopped the shot, within 6 months, my thyroid went out of whack, and so then I started having to take thyroid medication. So I'm telling you all of those medications to tell you that by the time the drops were introduced to my life, I was up to 15 medications a day. That
Wow.
that's counting the almost daily 6 to 8 pain pills that I took for pain for headaches. For I've had headaches all my life. As a teenager, we now know now that obviously hormones, but I had migraines and every other headache that you can think of. I've always suffered from headaches. So keep that in mind. So then I started gaining the weight back, and I wound up right back at about 180 again within about 6 months, maybe 7 months. And the doctor's reply was, well, we can put you back on the Ozempic. Well, I wasn't going to do that. And in July of 2024, I decided, no, I take that back. April 2024, I decided I'd go for a walk. I was feeling a little energetic that morning. I got up and I went. And when I came back home, I'm stretching. I blew my ACL. That weekend, that July, I had the surgery for the ACL, and because of all the paralysis that had happened in my body, I almost died in July of 2024
Wow.
because of the damage that had been done to my body. So I say all that now to say December 2024, on the 26th of December, Yvette, who is on the line, brought me a box of drops and said, start taking the drops. And I said, oh, I'll start tomorrow. She said, no, start right now. I started on the 26th of December, and I have not had to take anything for pain since the 29th of December.
Wow.
And then I will tell you that since December 2024, I have gone from 15 medications down to 3.
Oh, gosh.
So yes, I have
Wonderful.
lost weight, but the weight, I've lost 35 pounds now. But my greatest win is that I have my health back. I'm a caregiver for mom who is 92 with dementia. She needs me to be at my best. I have granddaughters who were able to come and visit me this last summer, and I was able to be on the floor with them, love on them, and run around with them. And I wasn't able to do any of that stuff before. And so I have my life back. I'm grateful to Yvette, obviously, but I'm so grateful to Partner Co. I'm so grateful for the founders. I'm so grateful for these products. They have truly changed my life. And Risha, if I can really quickly, a lot of people will ask me, so what products were you taking? Risha, for the first couple of months, all I was taking was the drops. And it was because of the drops that I no longer needed the pain medication. So,
Yeah. Wow. Juanita, when I invited you to my call, I had no idea how powerful your story is. Thank you. I don't think there's a dry eye in the house right now. Thank
thank
you,
you.
sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless you. So
Thank you.
grateful
Thank you.
that
Thank you.
Yvette came over. Let's all applaud Yvette, right? For coming over and saving this girl. What a story. Thank you so very much, Juanita. Very powerful. How do I continue after that story? Huh? Wow. Thank you, Juanita. Thank you. Thank you, Loury. Okay, guys, it's time to make a decision. Set yourself up for victory. You've seen the testimonials. You've heard the testimonials. You've heard mine. You've heard Loury's. You've heard Juanita's. Believe you can, and you're halfway there, right? How do you get the drops? Well, you can become a customer and pay retail, but nah, who wants to do that, right? Everyone loves a deal, especially we're going into Black Friday. So you can open up your own virtual business, a one-time lifetime membership of $29.95 in the US, $37.95 in Canada is going to provide you with everything you need to enjoy sharing this with others, just as Yvette shared it with Juanita. And guess what? If you don't want to do the business, your membership is still going to give you 30% off in savings. So how cool is that, right? If you do want to do the business, you're going to enjoy a minimum of 30% in profits. Now, we're going to go back to Juanita's story because she was in a crisis situation. What about you? If you're dependent on your fingers, your thumb, your wrist, your elbows, your shoulders to make your living, how would you manage if something happened? Last summer, there were so many terrific fires that forced people into evacuation, and even many people's houses burned down. How would you manage? If your daughter, your granddaughter, your older parents needed your help, like Juanita's mom needs her right now, would you be able to take three months off, 6 months off work? If the road company comes along and says, we're under construction and your business or where you work is going to be blocked off from traffic, would you be able to manage? And now AI is getting scary. It's even taken over psychotherapy. I mean, it's really scary. What if you got laid off because of where the world is going with technology? Or sadly, if you fell into grief because you lost a loved one, perhaps the main breadwinner in your family, would you be able to financially manage? Folks, I don't want to depress you by any means, but having a plan B is no longer a nicety, it's a necessity. When I grew up, a plan B was throwing the kids into the station wagon and taking us to Disneyland. Well, now a plan B is to look after yourself because life is getting tough and expensive. A famous person, along with the help of AI, Ricia Adair, said this: identify what the market needs, take ownership of it, and move faster than anyone else. The drops is what it is. The drops opens the door for everyone to get your body back into balance so it could do the magic that God intended it for it to do. Let's talk about the money part of the business. Let's talk about Loury living in Mexico for 5 months from the winter, right? Turning your drops into profits in the United States. First of all, you need to activate. So why not get some of the products so you understand how valuable it can be for you too? 4-pack is $371. Sell the other 3. Keep one for yourself. You end up profiting from $222 following our simple system of growth. In Canada, that 4-pack is $500. Again, you're looking at profits of about $216 plus getting your product for free. Or how about this, turning social media into profit? We are in an age right now that we can easily copy and paste, cut and paste post, and be able to tell the world what we've got. When I posted this picture of Rick and Crystal, it was amazing how many comments came in and how many boxes I sold from the results. Your ideal goal is to promote 30 boxes over 30 days. The profits that you're making, this is just in regular pricing, we're not even talking Black Friday pricing yet, is a minimum of 2,106 Canadian dollars or 2,700 US dollars by getting you to Ultimate. Anybody in the crowd that got to Ultimate in the first 4 weeks, I would like you to put in the chat so the guests can see Ultimate. If you would do that for me now, please. So the first thing is you need to activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. To remind you, a 4-pack in Canada, 208 points, that will activate you. A 4-pack in the United States, 200 points, that will activate you. So that's a good beginning, and also you're already in a position of making profit. A 4-pack plus renew, I really recommend that you put that into your shopping cart. Because of Black Friday, we're having some extra bonuses attached to the purchases, and when you purchase renew, or rather 250 plus points, you're going to you're going to earn 250 lifestyle credits. 4-pack plus renew in the United States is 278 points. Let's talk about Black Friday because we got some screaming deals that started today. Really excited. In Canada, you can get the 10-pack of drops, and why not get 2 free? That's going to lend to further profits for you. You also get 10 of the really cool neoprene bags, and that awards you 1,500 lifestyle credits. The brand partner pricing is $1,190. In Canada, we also have 8 fabulous, beautiful bottles of Tahitian noni. You get a bottle of Noni Max for free. Extra value brand partner pricing is $294. And you also can take advantage of several of our beautiful supplements, including the Limu drink that's on sale for 25% off as well. In the United States, yes, we have a 10-pack on sale for you too, $879.95, 1,500 lifestyle credits. So this is a great, great choice. You get 2 free, right? Make more profits. You also are eligible to choose 10 Tahitian noni and get 2 free. Now, again, we have several packs to choose from. These are just the Black Friday specials that you're getting a great, great value with all this free product. How about this? Get 5 Renew for the price of 4. That's the United States product offer as well. 3 Rejuvenix, get 1 free. Or the noni sachets, which are super great for traveling. Get 5, get 1 free. And also there's many of our optimals that are on sale in the United States, including that great MOA drink that I talked to you about. Now, let's go back to the Canadian 10-pack, shall we, for a moment? 3 10-packs is a cost of $3,570. And over and above, you're going to get 36 boxes. You're going to keep 1, so you're going to sell 35, because this is the deal on Black Friday right now. You're getting 6 free boxes of drops plus 30 free of those neoprene drop bags. You're looking at making profits in your first month of $3,430. Wow. Your drops are free too. How cool is that? Right? In the United States, same deal. You get 15,000 lifestyle credits that are going to help you towards one of our trips, 6 free boxes. So you're looking at profits of $3,520, and you get to Ultimate right out of the gate. I'm going to explain Ultimate in a minute, but again, it's the best place you want to be. It's a top pay position with our company. We do have, it's proven, our most lucrative compensation plan on the planet. We're paid in several different ways to maintain your status, to continue getting your 30% off, to continue getting qualified for the trips with lifestyle credits, and continue getting commissions from our company. You're going to want to sell or buy 100 points of product every 4 weeks to stay qualified, roughly about 200 Canadian or 150 US. But many of my people are getting their products for free. It's so cool. So again, you're going to make 30% in retail profits. Mary's going to come along and say, I don't want to be your retail customer. I'm happy to be a brand partner and pay for my membership. If you were activated with a 4-pack, you would get paid a 15% commission. If you bought a 10-pack with this Black Friday promotion, you'd be at the business level. You get paid 20% for that very same transaction. If you bought 2 10-packs, you'd be at the elite, 25%. But if you choose to go to Ultimate right out of the gate, which is a great decision, you would be at 30%. You get paid double from the activated on the very same transaction. So what I want to mention as well, once you reach this Ultimate top pay status, you're there for a lifetime. You never have to requalify. The other thing I want to mention, compared to most companies that pay you a fast start bonus the first time when Mary makes her first order, you actually get paid on Mary for the entire 4 weeks, her first new 4 weeks, or until she gets to Ultimate. So you get paid several times. That's super cool. You can earn up to 30% on new volume bonus commission, as we just talked about. That's why so many of us go to Ultimate. Guess I want you to look in the chat and see how many Ultimates we got there. And then Mary's going to go out and tell her friends, just as every other person does. You think Juanita hasn't gone out and told some people? You think Loury hasn't gone out and told some people? Well, absolutely. So you're going to earn every week 15% commission on all of your lines of activity combined, except for the largest one. That can add up very, very quickly. In addition to that, for this last commission I just spoke about, the base commission, when you get paid $250 or more in any given week, you're going to get an extra 15% put aside to you in a savings bonus. There's a little wheel in your back office that's going to show the accumulation as you get towards your 10,000. At PXP 2024 in Orlando last year, there was 10 families that celebrated the 10,000 bonus. This year, 28 families. Wow. For you Canadians on the call, that 10K rings in at USD. So you get about $14,000 deposited that day. I want to ask you, Americans, 10,000 USD, Canadians, about 14,000 Canadian. What would you do? Put it in the chat. I am going on an African safari, front-ended by 6 days in Paris. January, lots of room on the bus left. Anyone wants to come? What would you do with your 10K bonus? The power of matching bonus is awesome as well, too. I have seen so many matching bonus checks that actually, on a weekly basis, look at somebody's mortgage check. I'm not going to explain it now, but it is one of the most powerful points of our entire compensation plan. Let's go into fun, shall we? The lifestyle credits. I've mentioned them several times. What do? Every time you have your monthly subscription, you sign up new brand partners, you rank up, you sign up a customer, you get lifestyle credits. You grow your business, you get lifestyle credits. You cash in the LCs for Tahiti trips. That was 2024, Bahamas 2024 in July. Punta Cana was 2025, recently in April. Bali in June 2025. Are these people having fun or what? How about Maui? Who would like to go to Maui in 2026? Everyone on this call can jump in, especially if you take advantage of one of the packs that is connected, especially the 30 pack with 15,000 lifestyle credits. That can really anchor your beginning to qualify for these trips. So just to give you a heads up, because of Black Friday, they're giving away these lifestyle credits like crazy. In Canada, any order of 250 points up to $4.99 will earn you 250 lifestyle credits, 500 points, and so on. You can see on the chart. That is a combination of your drops, of your MOA, of your Pure Nourish Shake, of any of the optimals, but it has to be in one order. And you do that between now and Cyber Monday, and you're going to get these beautiful lifestyle credits awarded to you. The Americans, we haven't forgotten about you. We've got a whole pile of lifestyle credits to award to you as well. Now it gives me great pleasure. Speaking about travel, where is that picture taken? These two people look like they just jumped off a cruise. Tom and Karen Cooley, I'm so excited to host you tonight. Little story about Karen. First of all, her and Tom have been married 48 years. Karen is a homemaker. She spent 10 years as a customer service agent connected to one of the largest department stores in Florida. She's also a singer and a keyboard player at her church. They have a boy and a girl and one grandchild. And we have now Tom Cooley. Tom has 21 years as an active duty Navy pilot. Do you think this man knows how to fly? Just a little. 29 years as a flight instructor in Navy simulation. He loves his job, but he was away from his family just too much. And he says he's just another sailor who wants to continue making a difference in people's lives. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to see you here tonight. I'm really excited. Wow.
We have to say hi to Juanita. We were in Puerto Rico with her. You could tell by my hair, it was very windy, but it
And
was
she's
beautiful.
blowing you kisses. There you go.
How
How fun is that? That's so fun. So what is your story? How did you get to know about the drops?
Well, you go ahead first.
Well, I'll tell you, our sponsor, Gracie Turner,
Lovely lady.
started as, she's a great lady. She's been our friend for 40 years, started a transformation class at our church. And Tom, I'm like, honey, when you're in the Navy, you go to the doctor every year, you get an exam, you watch your weight. Well, he had been retired and gained a little weight. I said, why don't you want to go? And he's like, well, I don't know. I said, well, let's just go and see. So we went to the class and we both started on the drops. And I didn't have as much to lose. I probably lost about 25 or 30 pounds, but I've kept it off. That's the most amazing thing for me. And the hormones, oh goodness gracious, those hot flashes are killers. So I'm thankful for the drops. So anyway, Tom, I'll let Tom tell his story, but that was kind of the impetus for going to the class. And he was very skeptical, and he'll tell you that he was. But we're just thrilled with the product, thrilled with the drops. And I will tell you one other thing about me while we were in Puerto Rico. I added one more product to the many products that I take because our products work synergistically. They work together in tandem. Yes. The new Everglow. And, yes. Who doesn't want to glow? Who doesn't want, no wrinkles and skin, hair, and nails? But I have been on a cane for a year with my right knee. I have an artificial knee on my left knee, and I've been the caretaker for my mother for the last 4.5 years, and she passed this summer. And so I just was on a cane and just killing me. Well, I started the Everglow when we came out of Dallas. And I want you to know, 2 weeks in, I'm like, my knee, I couldn't even bend it. I couldn't even get in the car. I'm like this, with my leg. And 2 weeks in, I'm like, I can bend my knee. So I Googled, I'm like, what collagen in knees? Sure enough, who knew? So I went to Puerto Rico and we went to Old San Juan, and it is straight uphill all the way up. And I've got a video that I'm going to post. I told Tom, I said, you got to make a picture of me going. I'm just amazed. So that's besides losing the weight and the hormones, just amazing products. Anyway, back to the class. Tom, take it away, sweetie.
Okay. Well, my story.
Congratulations, Karen. Just a minute, Tom. I
Thank
want to say
you. Thank you.
congratulations. That's awesome for getting up that hill. And wow, that is so good to know about the Everglow.
Yeah.
I just had someone talk today about the collagen. So your testimonial is fantastic. So glad to hear that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Tom, now I just want to show a little something here. Just a minute, okay?
Yeah,
Bear
while
with me
you're bringing
a
that
minute.
up, I'm gonna remind you that you were diagnosed with, what was it, FFB?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would diagnose myself differently. That's a picture of Karen. You can see the difference that the
Wow,
drop.
congratulations, Karen. That's okay. So what is your diagnosis?
Well, we put my picture up there, and I'll tell you what it is.
Now look at that. Wow.
On the left, I was FDH. Okay, I had a three-letter designation too. Fat, dumb, and happy about it. And I didn't really care. And I did not want to go to this health and wellness class. I really did not want to do that. I'd been on diets before, and I'd lose the weight and gain it back, and I just didn't want to do it. So we went to this class because I love Gracie. She's just been our friend, and she's sweet to us. And I said, okay. I listened to them talk about the drops and the Moa and things like that. And I said, okay, look. I'll take your snake oil for 2 months, and when it doesn't work, you got to leave me alone. That was kind of the attitude I had. Pilots are really pessimistic by nature, very skeptical, and I was very much that. I mean, we always teach our students that, everybody's trying to kill you. Some days, even you are trying to kill you. You got to watch out. So that's the kind of attitude that I had about it. But I gave it a good shake. I did what they said. I drank the water. I followed the food list. I took the drops when they said to take them. And sure enough, in 2 months, I was down 30 pounds. And then I went on to lose another 30 pounds. And so I'm at work still then at that point. I've since retired. But everybody's like, what are you doing? First, of them, they come up and ask you, are you okay? You know,
Sure.
if you lose that much weight, somebody's thinking that you're gonna have some bad disease or something. So people started asking about it. So I had to get into the business and do something because they were sharing it. And the MOA, I cannot speak enough about how it took inflammation out of my feet. I have neuropathy due to some service-connected injuries that I had sustained. And the nerves in my feet were so sensitive, and the swelling was so bad in my feet that it impinged on those nerves and it hurt like crazy to where I couldn't really walk any distance at all. And so I started taking the MOA, and I noticed after about 2 months of taking the MOA that I could see the joints in my toes again. They were bending again. And I didn't have the pain. It doesn't cure neuropathy. Like you said, we don't cure, treat, or heal any diseases. But by reducing the inflammation in my body, it really made it be able to walk.
Wow.
And I do like 4.5 miles now.
And
That's
Reese,
fantastic.
I posted his before and after picture on Facebook, and I got 20 hits in one day, sold 5 boxes like that, just in one day, just because we have a testimony, and that's your story is so important to share with people. And then when we began to look, Tom's a pilot and he studies everything, overstudies it sometimes, overthinks it sometimes, but he began to look at the company and to see the people behind the company and the quality of the products. It's just a win-win situation. And where can you get it? Where can you have a business for $29.95? Come on.
Exactly.
One of the things
Yeah,
that and one of the things I know about well for being associated with the Navy for 50 years is I know what leadership is and I know what it is not. And meeting Darren and John and getting to know them, and the more I know them, the more I love those guys. They are true servant leaders. They really care about what's happening to you, and that makes a huge difference in any business that you're going to go into. You can go into this one with confidence, knowing that they've got you from the top down.
exactly. And that's how I feel about our owners as well, too. Well, you two are such an inspiration. My goodness, I'm so grateful. It's a little later for you. You're in the Eastern time, so it's a little later. Don't look at your watch, Grace. Karen, you'll want to go to bed.
Yeah, I looked at it, I'm like, it's okay. This is wonderful. And thank you. What a privilege and an honor to be asked
Oh,
tonight. Thank you so much.
it is my pleasure. Thank you so very much. Anything in closing? What about to the new entrepreneur that is just a little on the squeamish side, a little on the scared side? Like, what if it doesn't work? What would you say to that person?
I would say that, for the price of a medium pizza, what have you got to lose? Some businesses' startup costs are huge. This is nothing. You've got nothing to lose here and everything to gain.
And you know what? You're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself.
That's right.
You look at the team, look at the people that are on the screen. We have so much help and so much encouragement. You know, we're in Northwest Florida. You're in Mexico, Risha. We help one another, truly partnership. We're true partners in this. Never seen anything like it. It's just absolutely amazing. Layla's shaking her head. Yes, it's just absolutely true. And most of y'all know that. Just the partnership is amazing. So lots and lots of support, lots of help. We'll cheer you on to success.
Yeah,
I'll,
you know,
I'll close, I'll
Karen,
close.
on Monday, there was 1,000 people on
Yes.
our morning training
Yes.
call at
On a Monday morning.
7:15 a.m. Pacific time. Do you think we're on to something?
Right. Could be.
I'll leave you out there that are looking at this as a possible business opportunity with this. I was on the 50-year plan. I did 50 years with the Navy. I saved and I have some residual income and I can retire at this point. Just did in June. But what would you think if you could do that in 5 years and have a lot more coming in than what I did after 50? The possibilities are there. If you're willing to work and you're willing to be trainable and teachable, like Karen said, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Yeah. You know, Tom, you're so right.
Opportunity.
My husband was a policeman for 42 years, and his monthly pension, I do more in a week than he does in a month after 42 years of police service. I am so grateful for this company, this compensation plan, and the amazing products that I just love hearing all these stories of how everyone is just feeling so well. We have choices, right? There's so many choices. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up. It was so great to have you both on the call tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Another great testimonies. Oh my God. So, you know, guys and gals, when you go to work tomorrow, when you go to that family Thanksgiving dinner coming up, the Christmas events, everybody in that room, everybody, unless you're going to a kindergarten class, they all have this. They have 3 to 5, 7 to 10. They have it. We're going to take questions at the end. So anyone with their hands up, we'll be sure to get to you at the end. I want to tell you, you have to share this with others. You just have to. We are exploding, over 1 million bottles of the drop sold in over 50 markets, opening up new markets as we speak, 172 million bottles of the Noni. We have won award after award. We have the best compensation plan, and we are number 2 momentum in the world in our industry. Number 2. So let's wrap it up. Are you a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4? A 1 is the guy that wants to pay the high dollar and buy retail. And that's great because we do love our retail customers. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a 1. If you'd like to at least save some money, $29.95 in the US for your membership or $37.95 in Canada, and become a brand partner or a wholesale customer, let's have 2 in the chat. We welcome everybody. We've got a home for everybody. Who wants to get on this health and wealth train and ride? Who is romanced by Loury's story of being able to get to the tropics for 5 months a year, right? How cool is that? And not to mention, you're helping a lot of people along the way. Who wants to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big all the way to destination prosperity? Any 4s in the house with me tonight? Please put in the chat so I know where you're at. 1 year from now, what will your story be? You've heard my story, you've heard Juanita's story, you've heard Loury's story, and you've heard Tom and Karen's story. When I interview you 1 year from now, will you be telling me how great Maui was? How fabulous it is to go on these trips and all the hug fest, all the new culture, the new friends that you make? Will that be your story for me? Or will it be, I'm still doing the same old, Risha? I'm really hoping that your story is going to be alongside with us. Because if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, is an African proverb said. But if you want to go fast and far, go with Partner Co, says Darren Zobrist, our founder and CEO. Come and lead the dream with us. Again, there's so many friends, time, freedom. Today was a very, very important day. We lost a member of our family, and we had to focus. I focus for most of the day on the veterinarian and the animal hospital and everything else that needed to be done. And thanks to Partner Co, I can still have all kinds of financial freedom and take time off and be there when I need to be there. Enrolling is easy. It's a little as 5 minutes. Our next call, we're doing a special exception on Thursday, November 27th at 5 p.m. in honor of Black Friday. I can appreciate that our Americans are going to be busy with family eating 3 rounds of turkey, but I hope that you can join us on the call. Everybody is always welcome. I want to say thank you so much to Loury Larocque, my girlfriend, my guest at my villa, and my very special friend for your great testimonial. I want to say thank you so much to Juanita Hughes for a testimonial that just got us all stopped in our throats. Tom and Karen, oh my God, the lovely couple. Look at you honeymooners, you two. I just love you to bits. Thank you so very much for being on our call. To all the brand partners that support our call, thank you. To the guests, this call is all for you. This is what it's all about, is for you. We're going to open it up to questions. Layla, my beautiful co-host, thank you so much for being on the call and hosting us. We're going to stop the recording